Hey guys, how's it going? So, another week, another mobile suit, and this week we have the Jesta Cannon. I thought it was going to be something else because I thought for some reason this was a like 500 cost suit rather than a 600 cost suit, but the Jesta is 600, so with clan rank being 600 that made sense, and high five guys, we called it right before the banner. Nice. But real quick, sorry, I'm a bit late on this one. Just wanted to say that. Been kind of busy. I had something come up this morning, so yeah. Was going to have this out yesterday, but oops. And then this morning, but oops. So, anyway, gonna be doing Path of Exile if you're interested in checking that out. So, I'll be live sometime after this video goes up, or, you know, I might be live while getting this video up. We'll see. But yeah, running a lot of late today. So, getting into the Jesta Cannon though. Is it good? Well, it suffers from maybe the 2-star tax, but also from having a bunch of different skills that it's paying some kind of tax for. It has Force Injector. It does have one of the best skills for supports and being able to crouch and not get stunned, but it doesn't have any big layers to help it with defense other than that. Now, the crouch thing, if you've been listening to what I typically go for, is one of my biggest requested things on supports. But I'm curious as to what else it can do with its skills. So as we saw there, if they had broken legs, that would have been a heavy stun. So it's pretty much, with this beam cannon, a gun cannon 2 2.0. So, yeah, I kind of questionable on that. But it can break legs very well with the sniper skill thing where it does more damage to parts. And then when they're broken, it actually can go ahead and actually knee stun something with that same weapon. Now, this is only in sniping mode, so you pretty much have to zoom in. And I'm really curious if the multi-launcher right here, which is just a missile launcher, I thought it was a Gatling gun at first, but if the multi-launcher actually acts like that, and the main beam rifle, if it is something you can zoom in with. If it is, then this thing is awesome because you might have 3 weapons that can actually do something like that. So this was that 4, 5, 6 missiles. Pretty good stun build up for missiles. Looks like against a raid pretty well. You could probably stun if you hit every one, if that's all I can shoot. It does have the little flashbang missile too, which is kind of nice. So you do have some really good stun options. And hopefully, unlike the gun cannon 2, you can actually shoot that thing without having to full charge it, or the full charge doesn't take forever. Now that we can look up because we do have some screenshots. But with the combination of skills that it has, it's kind of 2 suits crammed together sort of thing. And I don't know. Maybe this is a thing though that if it starts working out a bit better, they can do more with this sniping skill. And my main point, I guess, I'll go ahead and put it here, is I would love for them to go back on older suits that are snipers, or make a new skill that is when you're using a sniper rifle of sorts, like a beam rifle, like with the GM Sniper or the GM Sniper 2, even with the projectile-based one, that you can break legs better with those weapons. That way it doesn't affect it for the people who want to use a machine gun. And I can't even remember if you can zoom in with those, but that way it's a weapon skill for sniper rifles. Now that might take a little bit of work to get that done, but I think that would be probably the best way they could implement that for lower cost, and that would help out a lot of lower cost suits. Plus, please put that on the Gunner Gundam. The Gunner Gundam got nerfed, and they still haven't even reverted the nerf, and it's pretty much gone at this point. Putting that on the Gunner Gundam would definitely bring those players back to play that suit, and also I probably would try it. I am horrible at shooting those shots, but hey, on PC, I would definitely do it, just saying. So, maybe there's hope for that, but yeah, that would be a really cool skill that they could add to definitely balance things out. Other than that, we can go ahead and kind of take a look at some of the stats, but let's see, what do we got? Overall, it seems to be pretty okay for tank, nothing too crazy, but, you know, it is a 2-star, maybe paying a little 2-star tax there. It is 600 cost, so, you know, I kind of get a little bit conflicted when I look at some certain stats. But the health pool is actually really nice for range damage. 21,000 health, 36. We're good. But with melee, of course, 6 resist. So melee, you're taking damage from anything hitting you. And unlike some of the other examples where we have this kind of defense ratio, you're not really moving as much. You're going to want to sit and charge. And that's the other thing, you got to charge that cannon stationary, so that kind of sucks. It does have a 2-second focus time. It doesn't appear to have to be focused, so you can fire it one shot every second actually, for 45% heat rate with a 2-second focus time. Okay, cool. Beam cannon, I like it. Good job. That's amazing. With 1,550 damage, that's some good damage to legs as well. Very well done. Now, if you can somehow stun with the missiles when the legs break, then zooming in with the shoulder missile launcher could be actually amazing. If anyone knows this, please let me know in the comments down below. If anything, you could break parts, but if parts are already broken, do you just stun if you normally just build up stun? That would be something cool to test out. Just saying. It does have a grenade launcher on its beam rifle, so we're just going to move on from that. 600 times 6 for its leg missiles that you saw at launch. It has that flashbang, which is kind of cool. Then we have the Vulcans, which didn't seem anybody was freaking out about those. The beam rifle itself, you can shoot 6 shots, looks like. 0.8 second cooldown, or you can focus for that stun. 900 damage per shot, 0.8 seconds in between. So yeah, pretty cool little spammy beam that you can shoot. 450 range, being pretty good. If you can actually spam this on somebody and get a decent stun value out, then maybe again, leg breaking, and also if you can zoom in, because it looks like it would be something that you could do that with. If you can't, then there was this theory entirely. But if you can, that would be really cool to see if you can stun after, you know, hitting them in the legs and they're breaking with every shot. That would be actually insane, and this thing would kind of be a little broken for that. Other than that, though, precision sniping. Here we go. Here's the skill just to remind everybody what it does. Attacks, this is a level 2 version of it, have increased 35% in sniper mode. And damage to leg, head, and back parts increased by 20%. Damage reaction to units with damage parts will also be greater. Attacking in sniper mode also extends cooldowns. So that's the other thing. Cooldowns do go up, which could be an interesting thing with the missile theory or even the beam rifle. So curious to see what that does. We found out it doesn't really extend it by that much with the other camera Gelgoog or whatever it is. It's got a okay special buffer. Dog heard a noise or woke himself up. Force injector. Couple of good special buffers. Nothing too big, 10-15%. It does have precision shelling, which is amazing. And it does have stabilization device, so you can crouch to avoid stuns. Explosive reactive armor is nice, so it can't get stunned by explosions next to it. It does have AMBAC and other typical stuff. Parallel processing device, when you're zoomed in you can see your radar. Frontline support system. Pretty stock standard, decent range damage. 120 movement speed, 185 top, 920 and 15 for the parts. A little bit different here, but you know, nothing too crazy. So again, it suffers, I think, from that skill some cool weapons, but if they can have a interesting interaction, which could be awesome, it still forces you to sit still to really do this. I'm just saying, that would be cool if it had that interaction. I don't think that would be too crazy. It might be, you know, one of those situations where you would actually play more of a sniper playstyle if you could really actually take advantage of this. Especially with the missile launcher. Like I said, if you can zoom in with the missile launcher, let me know if you actually are getting any kind of benefit. We need to test this out in a 2v2, however we need to. Somebody who has this, let me know. Or if you already know, let me know in the comments below. Because I want to test the beam rifle. I want to test the... I mean, that is if you can zoom in. If you can zoom in, please let me know that, first of all. But I want to test the missiles. I want to test the beam rifle. And obviously, the main beam cannon should work like it would be expected to. So, other than that, though, pretty cool. Nice 1, 2... It looks like the actual flashbang missile is pretty consistent. So, you got 2 decent, okay, straight-up stuns. Even the cannon itself seems to stun for just the shot, I believe. Let me know if you have to focus for the actual stun there. But 2 pretty okay consistent stuns. Good stun build up on the missiles. You definitely have what you need to fight other supports and generals. But you have one thing that really is good for raids. Luckily, you do have a beam saber, so if you do get the stun with the missiles, you can then start following up with the flashbang and the grenade launcher, and then knock them over and run for your life. Anyway, like I said, hopefully they could do something. If it doesn't work in the broken ways that I said, where it would actually make it balanced and cool, I think what they need to do is make that sniping skill actually break heads. And that's the next thing I'm going to bring up, is if they just change it to where it does like 200% damage to heads and you literally headshot a suit, and if you can headshot the suit, it gives a reason to headshot a suit. Very small target. Could be really cool to be rewarding, especially if you're that far away on sniper suits. Then interesting playstyle there too. Gives you something different to do. And also what they could do is then every headshot you heavy stun, but you're also dealing more damage to the broken head. Which, you know, could be, for that distance and that amount of like effort to do that, would be really cool. One shot the head, first of all, is what it should do. And then secondly, you should at least get like a 50% damage increase with heavy stunning them if you're hitting the head a second time and then a third time. You know, you're probably not gonna... I mean, that way, you know, if you hit the head 3 times in a row, you should probably be either their suit's gone, especially if they're weak to beam or projectile, or they're about to be gone. Like a couple of Vulcans, a melee or something would finish them off. I think that would be a very cool mechanic. This would also reward supports in the way of maybe going after raids. Also, maybe you could do something to where the raid has a skill to where it has a little bit more of a resistance with its head. That way the skill works across the board, except for with raids. This would actually give snipers a reason to do some support counter sniping as well, which would be kind of cool. At least the head break part. I don't know about the crazy damage part, but the head break part would be kind of nice. The reason why I say the damage part, maybe it's against generals only, which would be cool. That way you're still doing your job. But I think something like that would be very interesting to do. But anyway, let's move on though to the next banner that is up, and that is the 10 random suit banner. So sometimes I really like these. This one I really like, but I've already got the Banshees, so I don't really need the 2 that I really need if I needed them. Other than that though, we have a very awesome list here. So this is the one, if you picked your favorite suits on that list that they had up, then this is where these came from. So we have the new, we have the Sazabi, we have the Moon, the Zaku 4, the Enhanced Double Zeta, level 1, all 700 suits. Then we have the level 1 Byarlant Custom, 4-star, but it's a 600 cost suit. The Rebawu 650, amazing suit, can be used at 700 even. Delta Plus level 1, pretty fun suit. I actually finally tried it. Garazulu Angelo, I really want that, but 3 suits in here is, well, 4 I guess with the moon, but I don't really need the moon either, and I slightly want it, but not as much as I want these 3. So I don't know. For me, that's my decision making here on this one. 3 Bawu is very enticing too. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I could go for. 2 that I really, really want. 1 that would be that I want. 1 that would be really cool to have, and 1 that's just new. And then the Stark Jigen is the last one that I didn't mention. Also, very meta across the board. This is actually pretty solid. The Byarlant Custom, although being the lower cost of the 4 stars, in my opinion, is an insanely good suit for those who are definitely new typing in it, because otherwise, if you've seen me play it, I flail around horribly and die a lot. But anyway, definitely would love to have these 2 raids, but I can't bring myself to do the 10 spin or even try to throw any tokens at it because, yeah, I don't know when the next 4-star is coming, and I got like 90 tokens right now. So I got to get 100 more tokens before the next 4-star comes out so that I can go for that. And typically on those step-ups, there's a chance at 4 stars. So I'll probably get these eventually. And I'll hopefully get these. Well, mainly this thing. And that would be cool. But mainly this thing. But anyway, that's my thoughts on that banner. And that's my decision-making process. If you feel the same way, then yeah. For me, it kind of comes down to how many I need and do I really need them. I've got the Banshee, so I don't really need them, even though I want them. And I've got plenty of 600 suits that I like to play, even though the Angelo is really cool, but I also need the gun for it. So there's really 3 suits that I would really like. Though, I have been complaining about 650 right now not having a general. So that could actually be really good to have. But that's for something that I would need to have so that my play is better. That's 1 out of 10, and I've been down that road too many times already on these 10 choice banners, and it's never worked out. No, I lied. It's worked out 1 time, and that was with the MLRS way back in the day. So that was big. That was huge. That was the RNG. That's why these never work again. But anyway, overall, could be a bait. You know, if you're holding out for another 4-star support, might not be a bad idea to wait. Just saying. That's my theory, is we're going to get a 4-star support next for the next 4-star. So that's why I'm big saving. And that's why I only did 1 spin on this. And I'll do 1 more spin on this probably by the end of the week. Sadly, only got a white rider with this one. Moving on though, we have the DP store because there's nothing in the RT shop. So very quick rest of the notes. That's why I talked about the other stuff a little bit more and went into some other discussion. The Byarlant level 1 and 2 is now in the DP store. So if you don't have that and want to try it, try out the Byarlant playstyle, there's that. Now let's go ahead and see if I clicked the right one this time. I did, yay! So 600, 6v6 on the 20th. So that's another morning one. Target Shuffle, City Ruins. Really curious about Target Shuffle and seeing how people are playing it now. And Ace Match, especially, I wish this was 700. But the good news is this week we're probably safe. Seeing a 300 though scares me because sometimes they like to come out with 700 suits when it's low cost. Hopefully this is not, and we're safe to save tokens for another 2 weeks. But who knows, guys? Keep an eye out for this one on the 3rd. We might be getting something pretty high cost. Personally, like I said, hopefully not, but we might. I would like to, since we got a support this week, I would like to see a general and a raid, or a raid and a general, and we'll see what happens. And then maybe start talking about a support, because that would be a lot, like 60 tokens to save from now-ish. So that'd be pretty nice. Other than that, we have the Zaku Mariner again up for grabs. This is going to be the first time that is top 100. So good luck to everybody out there. Gonna try to be on if I can, because at this point, this is tomorrow. And we need 6, so we might not have enough, but we'll see. So I might be streaming that. Ooh, gold helm, that's kind of cool. And then 117 next time is all participants. We'll see what that is next week. But yeah, let me know anything and everything in the comments down below. If you have any of the answers to the questions I had about the Jesta Cannon, let me know, please. But other than that, let me know, did you get it? Do you like it? How did this step up go if you tried it? And is the RNG, was it bait? I hope it wasn't. But if it was, let us know. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one, though. Like, comment, subscribe, all that usual stuff in the description. Twitch, Twitter, Discord. But anyway, have a good one. Thanks for watching. Peace!